hello my stars. You look so beautiful right now. It's like king or queen. Beautiful. So as you guys know, in the last video I tried to do realism. Very terrifying, by the way. I was very scared for my life. But this one, why not scare myself more by not just coloring in grayscale, but also coloring with colors of the rainbow.
Romance the rainbow, taste the rainbow.
I know, I'm sorry, that was really bad, but I had to. I'm sorry, but you know, we're gonna be trying like realism with color, and this time I did two, but I did one with a human, the other one's like an animal, but the one with the human one is more kind of like the semi-realism, probably, if you guys can count that. So thank you to Feng Zhao again. I watched your videos and I wanted to get as much information as possible. So thank you to her for all the information I gathered to make that piece, and I'm really proud of it. So please make sure you go check out Feng Zhao. She's amazing. And I know it's impossible because of the amount of followers I have, but you know, hopefully she'll come over to my video and maybe tell me some tips or something that I could improve more, because I want to improve more. So I know it's impossible, but maybe I have hopes. But yeah, so let's get started before I talk even more. And while I was watching Feng Zhao's tutorials, it made me want to do a tutorial. But while I was thinking, I could never do a tutorial. I'm horrible at talking, and you could tell by the past of my videos, I tend to like ramble a lot and mess up my words. Sometimes I feel like this poor kid. So yeah, I don't think I can do a tutorial. You might want to try to find someone else if you guys want tutorials. But yeah. And plus, I feel like I don't give good enough instructions, you know, like good enough tips to make you guys improve. So yeah, I don't think I can be an art teacher. But yeah, with this drawing though, I am so proud of it. Very, very happy. And honestly, it didn't take me that long. I thought it would take me forever. It only took me 4 hours to finish, which is really surprising, to be honest, but I'm really proud of it still. But while, like, during the sketch phase, like very basic sketch, I tried to do the last method that Feng Zhao uses, and the same method I used in my last video. But when I tried to do that, it looked a little weird, so I just ended up not doing that, and I just did the sketch, and it turned out really good, and I was really proud of it. So not everything works out, but you know, this turned out amazing. And I'm really proud. And also, one thing that I did learn is that which probably some people know, but not, I don't know, not when you're doing realism, not everything is white, because the animal that I am drawing is a leopard, and you know, leopards are white, you know, but in the reference that I had to think it's not white, you know. So most with the white that I used, I mostly used like very, very low blues of saturation, and it was mostly in the blue column. And yeah, so it can kind of have like that bluish gray kind of look. So yeah, and I also added like some tints of like kind of like a dark brownish, like a light, not a dark brown, like a light brown mix. Kind of looks like a mix with a red. I don't know, but I don't know what color I used, but I did use that, and I like how it turned out. It kind of had like, it made it have like that depth in there. And I'm so proud. I was so locked in when I was drawing this now. I was too scared to start on the face and the chest. I was terrified to draw the chest, but I did it anyways, and I'm really proud of it. And I challenged myself when I drew that realism drawing last video. I said things like, I want to practice more. I'm probably going to start drawing more. I honestly felt like I was lying to myself. I said in my head, it's like, I know I'm not going to draw anymore because I was terrified. But I did this one, and I don't know. So, yeah, I was really proud of this, and I know I'm improving because little me would be terrified to start this kind of drawing, especially in digital art. Terrified. But yeah. My favorite thing while I was drawing this was the tongue and the teeth and just like around the lips area. I was so excited to start that. Drawing the tongue was honestly really cool. It kind of easy to draw, and I loved it. I was really happy. Because at first when I was rendering the tongue, it didn't really look like it, but you know, it was kind of easy. At the same time, it was fun, you know. And yeah, honestly, it made me want. Now that I'm like talking about this and looking at it, it honestly makes me want to draw like another realism animal like this. And it was just, I love it. I love it so much. And yeah, I'm really proud of myself because I know I'm improving a lot. And yeah, and I could say this because as a person who had a horrible era, I can tell that I improved. So I'm glad that era is over. And honestly, I love talking about it because it makes me it gives me the chance to show off of how much I improved. And you know, as an artist and other artists, if you get the chance to improve your art and you want to show it off, do it. Show off your art. I would love to compliment you, you know. And you know, I just love seeing people improve, you know. It's amazing. And I love to see the improvement. Ugh, it makes me smile. And but yeah, little me would be very shocked if they saw me draw something like this. And that just makes me happy, you know. But yeah, with the backgrounds, I did it on my own too, because like sometimes when I with my characters and if I ever draw like a complicated background, like, well, I don't usually draw the background, but if they're in a cafe or they're at a gym or something, I have this app. It's like a 3D like app that you can use. I use that. It's really helpful, even though it's kind of bad, because I should learn to draw backgrounds, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn backgrounds. I'm terrified. I'm also scared of drawing backgrounds. I don't think that will definitely be a video of me trying to draw a background. I would hate it so much I wouldn't even post it probably. But you know, sometimes I feel like I would crash out like this. Idiots! But you know, that's how I would feel if I had to mess up like a background. I don't even know the basics. All I know, it involves with perspective and boxes and squares and shapes. You think I want to learn that? No, I don't want to learn that. It's complicated. I told myself I would like to challenge myself, but that's a little too far about learning backgrounds. But you know. So now that drawing is over, let's get started to the other one. So before I start talking, with this one I did use the Fong Zhao tutorials, so thank you to her. Go visit her YouTube. I love it so much. And I did do that method where I would just use the brush to make out the basic shapes, you know. I did do that, and I think it only kind of works better if you ever draw like a person. So yeah, I did do that and it turned out amazing, and I'm so proud of it. You can tell by that sketch of that hand, I did amazing. Like, you could tell I did the lines of the hand, I did the wrinkles, I even drew fingernails. My art style doesn't do fingernails, they're fingernailless. So yeah, I'm proud of it, really proud of it. And so thank you, Fang Zhao, with the tutorials, because this helped me a lot, and hopefully this drawing will forever be in my head, because man, I'm so proud of this. And I think this one also took me 4 hours too, and I wanted to get it right, and I wanted it to look good. And with Fang Zhao, she uses a couple of references, which I'm not really used to. I only use like one reference, that's it. And so I kind of did the same thing a little, but I used the same reference with like the shadow and the pose. And the only other picture that I had was an outfit. And with the reference that I had, the guy was originally wearing like some black something, I don't know, it was too dark to tell, but I am really proud of this. And I did end up using IBIS paint, because one of the brushes that Fang Zhao uses, it works so well how it blends together. I love it so much. And it kind of sucks because I don't know if there's any other brushes that does that on Procreate. I'm a Procreate girly. I was an IPS girly, but I changed to a Procreate. But I went back to IBS paint. I think I only have like 2 paintings in IBS paint right now. All my old ones are in my old tablet. I don't know where that is, but yeah. You can just look at the texture of the hand, man. I'm sorry, I'm really distracted off of that. But yeah, Fang Zhao said to also mess with like filters to make it pop more. I did do that too. I'm proud of that too. And I did it, I don't know what filters I used. I don't know if that was the screen filter. I don't know. But yeah. But one thing I would want to improve on this drawing if I had the chance is probably the hair or the eyes. I do end up changing the eyes more later on though, but I don't know, I don't think I'm still proud of it, of the eyes, because this patch of eyes right now, I feel like it looks more anime-ish than semi-realism. So yeah, I did change it later on like I said, but yeah. I also would want to improve on the hair too, because that one also looks more anime-ish, which I did also end up fixing, but I don't think it really did. Like, it did a lot, but at the same time it didn't, you know? But yeah, I did end up doing that. While during the rendering too, one thing that I did add to have that pop of color, I did end up using I think I used like saturated blues in the hair so it could pop more and kind of have that reflection off of the lighting and the shadows, and I really like it so far. It makes it pop more, and yeah, so I think I'm probably gonna do that if I ever do this again. But yeah, I love how I drew the clothes too. It has also like great paintbrush texture, and in one of the Fang Zhao tutorials, she said that she does line art, but over the line art, she goes back again for like the final rendering, you know, and I really like how she did that. It turned my drawing amazing. And yeah, so this is where I do the shadows. I was really focusing on trying to do the lighting too, because she does say this of how she does the lighting. She uses the lasso tool, and I wanted to try it too, and I think it turned out okay. I really like how it turned out. Usually when I do lighting, I honestly just use the erase button and just use the add layer. So yeah, it really did a lot, but thank you. I'm so proud. So thank you, Feng Zhao. Thank you so much. And I also did add bounce light. If you don't know what bounce light is, I'll try to explain it the best way I can, but I don't think I'll make a great teacher. But when it comes to a ball, here, I'll put up a photo. So where that circle is, that's where the bounce light is. So on top you have like where the bright lighting goes, and then the shadows, and then the bounce light. It kind of reflects, if that makes sense. I don't know how it works, but it does. So that's the bounce light, and I tried to add it on here. And not gonna lie, it kind of makes it pop more, and I'm really proud of it. And just, yeah. And also with the hair, you can see because usually in anime hair there's like that spiky hair, but in like natural realism one, hair doesn't really move like that. It's like flowy. So I tried to do that on here because I fixed it. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but in the hair I added like very saturated blue to make the hair pop more. And I love the little details. I don't know if y'all would have noticed if I didn't say that. So yeah, random thing. I feel like when it comes to artists, they will notice the small little mistake that they did, and they'll kind of want to change it. But when they show it to other people, the people won't notice. I don't know. I feel like that's how I feel that way. If you disagree, comment. But yeah, that's how I don't know. That's what I think. But now that that's over, we know what time it is for. It's time for the results. Such a beautiful moment. Anyways, almost made me want to tear up. Anyways, so this is the end of the video. I was so happy to talk to you guys. I'm sorry that I didn't post last week. I don't know if you guys saw the post that I did on the community thing. I couldn't be able to do it. I was trying to get a job and do other personal things, but it didn't really turn out. But I will probably go back to posting regularly. But I also want to mention that my commissions are up. I would love for somebody to buy my art. I mean, if they have the money, I don't want to pressure them. But yeah, my commissions are open. They've always been open. But on my TikTok, the commission slides that I had up were kind of old, so I wanted to restart them. So my commissions will always be open unless, I mean, there's too many people that's buying, which I don't know about that. But yeah, if you do want to pay for commissions, that's my email, lunamoonsbios@gmail.com, or you can DM me on my Instagram. Probably on my Instagram, because I don't usually look on my DMs on my TikTok or any of that. So yeah, either mostly email or just DM on my Instagram. But you already know what I do. I want to get into like realism animals, if you guys are okay with that, and I can do real people. I've of course fan art and your OC plus canon. And you know, one thing that I don't do is mecha elderly gore. I've never drawn gore, so I don't want to do gore. Not safe for work, if you don't know what that means. Grody stuff. And even though I had era, I don't want to draw furries, so that I don't, yeah. I prefer Cash App, but because I know how to work it. But I mean, I'm trying to get into PayPal, so it's also like a business. So I do have PayPal if you want to do that. And For extra person, it could be $5. If there's 2 that you want to add, it will still be $5. That's it. For a complex background, like I said earlier, I use this app to use it, but I make it more like artsy kinda. That will also be $5. For an animal, like a pet, it can be just $2. Now, with pricing, is, you know, as you guys can see, for like the shoulders, which is called the bust, is $15. For like up to the thighs, it's $20, and then the full body is up to $25. Chibis are just up to the shoulders are $5, and then full body's $10. I don't usually do a lot of chibi art, but you know, I can do chibis because I draw them for stickers, and I draw chibis in my thumbnails. You know, with chibis though and my thumbnails, they're kind of just quick, but I can draw chibis. Here is just artwork that I've done. I don't usually do a lot of full bodies, but I do some, which is Alex right there, and half bodies, so I can do full bodies. And yeah. And I also do fan art, which I don't think I mentioned, but I can do fan art, by the way. But yeah, no one's ever really commissioned me before except for my friends in person, so I've never really done art commissions for somebody that's all the way in Kansas. But yeah, if you ever do PayPal, I gotta be patient with me, okay? I've never really worked with PayPal before, but I do want to do commissions for people. And I'm also thinking about, for the first person that does pay for their commissions, there will be a small little discount, so it could be cheaper. So yeah, these commissions, the commission prices, I think they're pretty reasonable. They're small prices, and you know, they're not crazy expensive like other artists are. Not to judge, I don't want to judge, but yeah. But I will probably keep mentioning commissions are open in each video that I do post, just to let everyone know so people can buy my art. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. And mwah.